Welcome to an excerpt from Jihad and the West, Black Flag Over Babylon, by Mark Selinsky, with a foreword by Sebastian Gorka. It was published by Indiana University Press in Bloomington and Indianapolis. This reading is presented by Kensington Security Consulting, which brings education to national security. In this excerpt from Chapter 9, we drill down on an Islamist attack in France, the most notorious of which was at the Bataclan Theatre. Attacks. The Islamic State has aggressively targeted France. In 2015, Islamic State spokesperson Abu Muhammad al-Adnani demanded, if you can, kill a disbelieving American or European, especially the spiteful and filthy French, or a Canadian. Why were the French singled out as particularly filthy? According to the Clarion Foundation, there are several reasons. First, France fights. Its soldiers have been battling jihadis around the world, from Syria to Timbuktu. The French approve of the French armed forces' intervention in Iraq, and 70% support the airstrikes in Syria. The Caliphate views France as a leading infidel state and one committed to destroying its organization and similar Islamist organizations around the world. Furthermore, French leaders, unlike many other Western leaders, have asserted that their country is at war with a variant of Islam. The French ambassador to America later clarified, saying, "We are at war with radical Islam. It means that right now, Islam is breeding radicalism, which is quite dangerous for everybody." This language is much sharper than that of most other Western leaders. Further, the Caliphate and other Islamists despise French civilization, which is centered on and helped create the Western canon. France is the home of the Enlightenment and promotes liberal values. In 732, France held the thin line of European civilization at the Battle of Tours. Later, the nobility and commoners fought in the Crusades. Some symbols are unendurable to the Caliphate: the acerbic, anti-religious Charlie Hebdo weekly, the Bataclan Theatre, home to Western music, police and military personnel, and Bastille Day are hateful signs for Islamists. In July 2016, a Tunisian jihadist ploughed a rented 18-ton truck through a crowd celebrating Bastille Day in Nice, France. At full throttle, the driver zigzagged through spectators who had come to enjoy the fireworks and patriotism. The driver, Mohamed Lahouayej Bouhlel, was shot dead while yelling Allahu Akbar, but not before killing 84 people, including 10 children, and injuring over 100 more. Babies lay dead in the street, having been jolted from their buggies, which were crushed during the mile-long killing spree. There were 27 nationalities among the dead. Before the blood was cleaned from the pavement, the Caliphate's fans flooded social media with posts celebrating the event. The Caliphate claimed responsibility. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who agree on very little, viewed the carnage through the same lens. Secretary Clinton said, "I'd even call this World War III. It's a very different kind of war." Her rival Trump echoed the same words. "This is war." Profile. 35. Kiss the Devil. Some survived the rampage in Nice by pure chance. "I was supposed to be there on Friday night," said a 28-year-old journalist of the web magazine French Metal, who struggles with survivor's guilt. "I had a ticket but couldn't find anyone who wanted to go. It was pure chance." She lived, but several of her friends died, and she wept in front of a makeshift memorial at the Bataclan Theatre in Paris. Others wept too, for the 88 people who were killed and the scores more who were wounded. The theatre was one of 6 attack sites, where coordinated shootings and suicide bombings killed at least 129 people. The Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attacks. The terrorists shot anything that moved in the theatre, which has hosted artists from Edith Piaf to Prince. Elsewhere in Paris on November 13, 2015, their Caliphate-connected associates killed without mercy anyone they believed to be non-Muslim. They struck cultural targets in Paris's vibrant East End, which teems with nightlife. A local woman explained they were attacking culture, music, celebrations, everything fanatics don't like. The group Eagles of Death, a California heavy metal band, had played a favourite, Kiss the Devil. As they shot into the audience, the killers laughed, played with some musical instruments and asked, "Where's the singer? Where are the Yanks?" Some of the doomed were shot while huddling in dressing rooms. Some of the survivors played dead. Others threw their bodies on the injured, young or female, to save them. Some of the victims died quickly and others slowly, having bled out on the floor. For some, it was a family catastrophe. A 35-year-old mother clutched her son against her, probably saving his life. But her mother, the boy's grandmother, was killed. The killers kicked the fallen victims to check for signs of life. One man lived thanks to his artificial leg. Very quickly after the attack, Western leaders assured the world that it had nothing to do with Islam. Others said they refused to fight hate with hate, words that would presage U.S. Attorney General Lynch's sentiments after the Orlando killing less than 1 year later. One Frenchman told the Caliphate, "I will not give you the gift of hating you." His wife, Helen, had been murdered with the rest. The widower said, "I do not know who you are, and I do not want to know. You are dead souls." This concludes a reading from Jihad and the West, Black Flag over Babylon, by Mark Selinsky, with a foreword by Sebastian Gorka. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to continue listening to other chapters. The book is available online or at major bookstores worldwide. Dr. Selinsky's latest book, Cauldron of Terror, Hamas, Israel and the World, will be available for purchase in early spring 2026. This reading does not represent the official position of any agency or individual within the United States government. On behalf of Kensington Security Consulting, thank you for listening.